Thank you, President Zurabishvili, for including me in this conference. These issues are fundamentally important to me. Let me also extend my thanks to the United Nations and the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe for supporting this event. Women's leadership is needed more than ever in peace and security. We've known for a very long time that peace is more durable when women are at the negotiating table. A growing body of evidence shows us that security improves further when women participate meaningfully in the full spectrum of decision-making in the security and peacebuilding sectors. However, we know that too often women and girls are sidelined and not involved in political and security decision-making processes. This challenge is integrally connected to the most pressing threats we face today. Evidence shows that lower levels of gender equality are significantly correlated with higher levels of societal and organized violence. Although we've seen major breakthroughs around the world in the inclusion of women and girls, acknowledging all their diversity, we've also seen backsliding. When this occurs, women and girls pay the highest costs, but they also hold the key to the solution. At the core of successful conflict mitigation and stabilization is the principle that women and civil societies must be a part of its formulation and implementation. We must redouble our efforts to dismantle barriers to more inclusive peacebuilding in our own countries, in our work with foreign partners, and multilaterally. This is an exciting year for women, peace, and security in the United States. We are growing our existing efforts and creating new opportunities in many areas. We're updating our Women, Peace, and Security strategy, our gender-based violence strategy, and launching interagency action plans to implement our national gender strategy on equity and equality. But the State Department's efforts don't stop at strategy. The State Department's new negotiation support unit is 2/3 women and dedicated to elevating women's meaningful participation in our negotiations. The Department of State's action plan includes women, peace, and security goals on empowering and safeguarding Afghan women, girls, and minorities, and seeking women and girls' leadership in the implementation of the U.S. strategy to prevent conflict and promote stability. We're also implementing the outcomes of last year's Summit for Democracy, which include initiatives on advancing women's and girls' civic and political leadership, as well as their safety and political participation. Promoting the rights and empowerment of women and girls is a long-standing cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy, and elevating and supporting these critical efforts is a priority of the Biden-Harris administration. This year marks the 30th anniversary of diplomatic ties between the United States and Georgia. These ties have many connections to women, peace, and security. We remember with gratitude the contributions Georgian women and men made in our shared endeavor in Afghanistan to combat terrorism and promote regional security, and the key role they played in facilitating the safe departure of more than 2,000 individuals from Afghanistan last summer. Putin's unprovoked and unjustified war against Ukraine has created a surge of gender-based violence, disproportionately targeting women. Unfortunately, Georgia knows this playbook well, having suffered from it, and Russia continues to occupy 20% of Georgia's territory. The United States condemns Russia's ongoing occupation of parts of Georgia, and we call on Russia to fulfill its obligation under the 2008 ceasefire with Georgia to withdraw its forces to pre-conflict positions. Russia's invasion and occupation of Georgia led to the internal displacement of more than 290,000 Georgian citizens and divided many Georgians from their families and livelihoods. Georgian women continue to be leaders in rebuilding their societies and helping to promote peace and security in Georgia. The U.S. Embassy has supported the development of female leaders in Georgia for many years, For example, developing the leadership skills of female law enforcement officers, mentoring opportunities, and building bridges across the region. I am inspired by the people of Georgia's demonstration of steadfast support for their Ukrainian brothers and sisters, and join you in solidarity. Inclusive participation is the foundation for success in stabilization and post-conflict transitions to democracy. But it's also the foundation for a foreign policy that builds a more secure, just, and equitable future. I therefore thank you again for including me in this transformative initiative and applaud the leadership of President Zurabishvili and today's participants in expanding inclusive participation in peace and security within your country, in your region, and in global collaborative efforts.